starting recording now. So, God, this music. Okay. They're at camp right now. What is everyone doing again? Rustam just threw a boar on fire.
He kind of, yeah. It's been a little tiny bit of time since the end of the last session, just to decompress a tiny bit. In that period of time, they've gotten the boar off of the unlit fire, lit the fire, and the two new guys, Amoru and Rustam, are kind of talking to each other pretty quietly next to the boar as Amoru's trying to get it into some edible state.
It should be through a stick, not just on the fire. What is Kazine doing during this time?
Probably putting his blanket on the floor and just laying down, kind of grumbling.
Silas is gonna look in his bag to make sure he has all his supplies. Look at Kazine. Sigh. And go towards Amaru and Rusto. Excuse me.
Ah! I'll kind of look at you.
I know you just invited us to stick around for the meal, but would it be possible if some of us stayed and camped here tonight? Some of us need some healing done.
Yeah, no problem. It's not our house. Rustam kind of gestures at the abandoned cabin behind you guys.
Well, this is your camp, though.
Well, adventurers, I don't see any problem with it. Amoru kind of nods their head as well.
And I mean, y'all also saved me, so it would be nice if you stuck around a bit.
Of course.
See, exactly! He, pats Amoru on the back.
Knocking them the fuck over.
They do kind of jump a bit. It's a hearty smack.
Which reminds me, were you hurt or did Tulip take care of any injuries for you?
Yeah, Tulip handled it.
Alright.
I was grazed, but I'm fine now.
Okay. Now,
They're still wearing Brooke's jacket, though, because the goblins stole their clothes.
Yep. Yep. And he nods his head and just leaves that situation and heads to Kazine, who's being a big fucking baby.
You know it!
I'm gonna make a fucking heal check. Kazine.
Mm-hmm.
You look like shit.
Feel like shit.
Do you want me to heal you?
Yes, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Do you mind if I use magic? He says.
Greatly prefer you didn't. If that's fine.
He takes out the healing kit. Just a giant big fucking baby. Which I believe gives me a +2 on heal checks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put that as a 7. Don't fucking remember Silas's healing thing, which I have to pull out now. He's taking out all the supplies and the bandages and shit, and he's like, "Are you alright?" I believe that's something you should ask someone who is, besides hurt, of course.
I'm a little bit concerned about our new acquaintance and Rook having spotted me. And for... what's his name? Rustum is... don't like that guy.
Oh, thank God, it's a good roll. Alright. Rook is still watching you!
And on top of that, I wonder if he hears about what I am, if I'll wake up with... I'm gonna look over at Rustum and like, what kind of... is he carrying a weapon?
F.
Sorry, it took me a while to figure out how to unmute myself again. Let me just check really quick.
I mean, okay, no worries.
When you look at this guy, he's kind of hunched over, so it's a little hard to see, but he does have what appears to be a dagger and, gladius.
Okay, so a fancy short sword and a knife.
Yes.
And because he's just gonna look back at Silas. Well, I'm wondering if I'm gonna have a blade in my neck at some point now.
Why would you have a blade in your neck, Kazine?
Something about this Rustum guy is telling me that, like, he might... well, you know, the whole rar thing, he might decide to take action in his own hands, and...
Are you sure this isn't some macho spider thing that's happening here instead of...
But if it was, like, some kind of macho man thing, I'd probably just have gotten it out of the way with some kind of fisticuffs by now. He, like, just... God, his voice is annoying.
Andy, please get the phone! Well, given that you're severely injured, I doubt that's not a very good idea right now.
Yeah, well, that's also more reasons why I'm hoping I'm not waking up with a knife.
Again, why the knife? Honestly, he almost reminds me of you on a good day, on most days.
Kazine is like clenching and unclenching a fist. Like, as if he has a stress ball. Okay. Alright.
Not that I can say, given we just met him 15 minutes ago.
Look. Well then, you know how I feel about witches, and most people feel about my state, so, like... I don't know this guy, and he definitely seems like a glory hunter, so what's more glorious?
Seem like a witch, though, or a magic.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that part of him. I'm more concerned about, like, him trying to glory kill.
How? He doesn't even know what you are.
Mm-hmm. And I trust Rook not to tell because he doesn't talk. But...
yet.
But, Emaru,
who you saved,
mm-hmm.
who is very grateful that we saved their life,
mm-hmm. But
and given that I will be staying up for 8 excuse this language, fucking hours to heal you.
Thank you very much.
I don't think he can stab you in the back with me hovering.
Yeah, I still don't. I greatly appreciate, and I feel a little bit more at ease. God damn it. God. Frick, what? Destiny's name. Destiny had a name. What was its name?
Destiny had a name? What the fuck?
You know, the Watcher.
Yes. What about the Watcher?
Yeah, him, damn it. Like, I never really bothered too much with gods or anything, but, like, yeah, Destiny, damn it. There we go. That sounds a lot more relatable, don't you think?
I quite literally, I believe this is just blood loss talking at the moment, but I did not understand a word you just said for the last minute. This
is... thumbs up.
Speaking of which, I believe you scared Giotto out of his fucking wits. Or severely scarred him.
Yeah, I should probably talk to Giotto and make sure that it's clear that he's not at risk of being hurt or anything, which is what I was trying to establish when I was traumatizing him earlier. Oh my god. How much blood is supposed to be in me again?
I already called Mommy and she said it's okay. No?
Oh god.
No.
Destiny, damn it.
I'm just gonna eat duck with Daddy. Get out. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so this might not help your case, given that a few hours ago you told him, I am perfectly safe and I would never harm you, and then proceed to violently maul and crush a goblin who was begging, I don't know, is going to surrender. It was a lot of shouting going on, but in Goblin and Common, I couldn't keep it all intact.
Yeah, I was kind of... I mean... You know... It's a loss of control by emotion,
And how can you assure him that you won't lose emotions again, and he happens to be the target?
Well, because, like, I still know who my friends are. I know who my family is. I know, like, it's... I should probably talk to Chateau soon.
Yes, you should. Now lift your arm up again, please. This bandage isn't going to wrap itself around.
Wait. That means Kazim has his shirt off, which means he's facing a wall.
Oh my god. You really are a giant-ass baby.
Kazim puts his arms up. Yeah, but, like, just, I don't like people seeing it.
Seeing what?
You know, the mark. Or just don't like it.
Have you tried to cover it up with something?
I mean, it's magic. Wouldn't it just kind of go through anyway?
Out of character, would that happen if he, like, covered up with, like, paint or something?
Oh, I just realized I didn't mute myself.
Yeah.
I thought I was muted this entire time. Fuck.
Now that I'm muted.
If he painted it, it would actually cover it up. But because of its location, the paint would probably wear off really fast.
Oh my gosh.
Because this, Kazine's mark is like right below where the collarbones meet in the middle of the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Not the middle of the chest, but like just below the dip in the collarbones. So it's at prime spot for lots of rubbing against clothing.
Okay.
It's like a little too low to be covered by a scarf and a little too high to...
There's a reason why Kazine wears a turtleneck.
Yeah. It's a really inconvenient placement.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I never really bothered because, like, it's magic. It will just come glow on through or something.
Right.
How's Jato doing?
Should be fine. I don't know what the fuck Jato's doing. I'm gonna assume he's talking to Snug, or from the last that we've heard of him, he is looking at the pictures of the drawn goblins that he drew. Very somber going on there.
Uh-oh.
He is, well, it looks like he's looking in his journal. Speaking of which, bringing on the topic of your rage and magic, this is a question that's been bothering me lately. We've talked before how this witch who casted this spell on you, that I've never heard of a spell such as this, correct?
Yeah.
Aren't you... So this means that this person has magic that I have not heard of, and is most likely extremely powerful. Aren't you afraid that this person can easily kill you?
I mean, anyone with magic can easily kill me.
Yes.
So... I don't know. That'll be dealt with when it comes.
Why are you looking for this person? Shouldn't you perhaps try to find a spell or someone else to get rid of this hex that
It'll go away when I kill him.
This feels like a very familiar loop of questions right now. But this person is extremely strong, and while I don't doubt your skill, Kazine, what if they're too strong for you? Hello?
I guess I die.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, man.
either I find them and I kill them, or they kill me.
Yoy.
I guess I don't
Okay.
really know. It's
Bye.
kind of been the only answer I've really had, so I have to find them and deal with it when it gets there.
I see. And how do you... Silas is quiet for like a few minutes as he's just bandaging something up. He's trying to think of words to say, like he's really trying hard to phrase something.
Kazine looks a little worried.
Also, can you low-key just quickly recount on what you just said? Because my brother brought the phone to me and I had to mute myself to listen to my mom talk to me. So there was 2 people talking to me at the same time?
Okay. Basically, Kazine just went, well, either when I find them, it'll be I kill them or they kill me. I haven't really put too much thought into it, and, like, honestly, I don't know what else can really be done if we meet.
I mean, you could have chosen to just keep on living.
I mean, that is the objective still.
The curse that you suffer is horrible, but as long as you keep it hidden, it's easy enough to live with.
Kind of, yeah. But I still just... It isn't right what this witch did. Just turning people on their friends and... Magic
Remember, nobody besides you got turned, man.
No, turning as in, like, convincing them to go and burn down a house.
Okay. Just checking
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure.
So what again?
I
What
know.
was the official story though? Because I did not get the revised version of this story
So,
that we were told.
so witch came to town, told everyone in town that my mom was a werebear.
Right.
So they burnt down the house and, you know, lynched
Told
Knuckles.
Kelsey's parents.
All right.
So I come around to seeing the whole climax of this, and I'm like, well, time to kill a witch, I guess, and got turned into a bear.
And that's it. That's all you remember. You just
Eventually, I turned back, like, off the island.
right.
I think for some reason, Kazine does not actually know who this witch is or what they look like was part of the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, the only lead I have is the mark. Magic shouldn't be used to have power over other people.
Agreed.
Which is something more and more I'm coming to terms with and everything now that I've met you and Isabel. People who use magic to actually help others. I still don't like it being used on me.
Of course. Understandable given what happened. I don't know. I just have trouble understanding, I guess, how you can just... Well, you are afraid, right? Like this powerful person ruined your life, and now you're going after them?
I mean, yeah, I'm afraid. It's literally going to be life or death when we meet again. And as is, I don't know exactly how far on the life end is for me. Oh, why'd you have to make me think about things?
Thank Thinking is good for you, Kazine.
I would have rather just put this off until it came to be and then just deal with it all at once and just deal with it all at once.
In my opinion, it's better to plan for the situation than to have it stumble upon you and catch you off guard.
I mean, I don't know how much of a plan I can really have until I actually learn anything about this person other than what their mark is and the fact that they're a witch. Oh, right, it wasn't Rabbit. That would have been an amazing coincidence.
What would have been an amazing coincidence?
Oh, if the witch I was looking for happened to be Rabbit. Wait, no, I never got a look at Rabbit's mark.
Did I get a look at Rabbit's mark? Because he hexted someone at the bar?
You did!
Was it?
It was a dream catcher with eyeballs in it.
And Kazine has...
Kazine's looks like an eye with deer antlers.
Ah. Rabbit's not the one you're looking for. I took a look at his hex mark.
Alright, yeah. Can't be that easy.
They're also, respectively, Rabbit's is, like, baby blue in color, and Kazine's is a fucking, like, bruisish purple.
Ugly color. Yes, I see.
Maybe it was one of the other masked people. Maybe the masked people are connected to my witch. That would be convenient.
Yes, it probably would have.
I guess that just means I'll have to make sure to ask questions when I see those masked people again, and not just... Oh, especially with Rabbit. Not just Goblin again. Just want to punch him.
Silas is quiet. He seems to be mulling over your words, like he's really thinking about something. But he's got, like, there's some moments where, like, the bandages are tighter than necessary, because he's, like, thinking about, like, his mind has wandered off for a second.
Is something wrong, Silas? You're, cutting off some circulation.
Just thinking about something, and I guess, sorry about the bandage. He'll loosen up when you mention this, but...
Is it Rabbit's connections to other people?
No, not really. Besides the mention of my mom, I don't give two shits about Rabbit.
Alright.
Given that it was Watcher who brought us out here, if he can hear us,
I'm sure.
mental fuck you in Silas's mind.
I'm sure Watcher can hear us. I'm sure Watcher's watching us right now as Watchers watch things. I don't... Watchity watch. Can't wait to have more blood back in me.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time.
Can I put my shirt back on?
In a second. You don't need to be a big baby about it.
I'll be as big a baby as I want. Catch me in the corner. Wah. That was supposed to be a joke. I'm sorry.
There is a small smile on Silas's face.
I bet Kazine can see it because he's looking in the corner of
And he takes the sweater and starts to shove it over your head. Turtleneck, I mean.
Yeah. Gonna put that back on. Thanks a lot.
Right.
And when we get paid again, I'll give you another 5 gold to
You don't need to pay me, Kazine.
Kazine's just gonna.
I think it's been over a month, and out of the group, you seem to be one of the only people here that seem to tolerate my attitude.
I mean, it was.
We've
kind
been
of-
traveling over a month. They have been traveling over a month, correct? Because it's been a while. It's been a ways travel since they've technically been a group.
Let's see. It's been a couple months. Month and change. 2 months at least.
I believe in this situation, I could consider you a friend.
Kazine whips around with a big dumb grin.
No.
Too late, you said it!
I believe.
I'm gonna hold back on the hug, because I'm pretty sure you're not for, like, physical contact, but, like...
And you'd open up your wounds.
Oh, right, that too.
But I do believe this is what the situation is called. And friends do not need other friends to pay for services done out of goodwill. This is all said with, like, uncertainty, as he thinks this is what friends are supposed to do. This does sound increasingly painful for Silas. He is extremely awkward right now.
Kazine still has the stupid grin on. It's understandable, but at the same time, like, I want to pitch in, especially if I'm basically the only one using these supplies.
Yes, you are.
So, it makes sense that you shouldn't have to pay for the entirety of these kits. Thumbs up.
Right. Speaking of which, as your friend,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a perfect time for us to put your worry about Rook at ease and have him come over to reassure you that he won't tell anyone. I love how Rook moves slightly closer on the screen as Silas says as he's looking in Rook's direction. I'm assuming he's been listening the whole time.
Rook has been staring at you this entire time.
He motions with a finger for Rook to come closer.
He kind of just stares at you, like, for a solid minute.
He stares back.
Kazine scooches over on his blanket and pats beside him.
After about a minute, he seems to finally figure it out and come over.
It's just awkward staring for a minute. Okay.
But yeah, you have a Rook. He's kind of just like there now. He still doesn't have his jacket back. He looks weird without the giant jacket. He looks even skinnier.
Just pass the blanket again. You can take a seat if you want, Rook.
As you wish. Just takes a seat.
Kazine, why don't you ask Rook in a less crazed manner, now that you've calmed down?
Yeah, I'll admit, during the... and a bit after, I might have been a bit on edge. A lot on edge. So Rook, what happened, all that happened, during that encounter, especially the, grisly parts.
You turned into a bear.
Yeah, that 100% happened. That's the thing. That information is, like, confrontational, right?
He looks at you.
Like, you're not gonna tell anyone about it, right?
Confidential.
What's confrontational mean?
Confidential.
Yeah, confidential means it's gonna be kept secret. What does confrontational mean?
To be aggressive.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not the word that I wanted to use. So, yeah, secret between most of us gathered in this cabin here.
Understood.
Oh, thank goodness.
I hope you realize he also has his notebook out again.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as like, you only really discuss it with those. Do you have any other employees, or is it just us?
A few.
Okay. As long as you only discuss it with people. My friends here. Name points to Silas, twice to Silas actually, now that confirmed. And like Rook, or not Rook, Jetta, Tula, Snog. Just like points to each of them, like as long as you only really discuss it with them, I don't mind discussing it. Thumbs up.
It's just a peculiar situation.
Very.
You said that your mother was not a werebear, yet you are.
Not a werebear, and my mother was not a werebear, and the people just said she was, so that some jerk could. I don't know why, but they said that they were, and now that.
That's not how this usually works.
Because he's just gonna lay down for a second.
Rook is being unsympathetic.
It's just a witch's curse. It's.
Do you know how witches work? How curses work?
They get put on you, and suddenly your life sucks.
Jesus, what happened while I was gone? I forgot to literally put BRB, so I'll be right back. Fuck, I forgot to put this when I left. So, what happened?
Brooks kind of just telling Kazine his story doesn't make sense. It's not how it works. Do you even know how witches work?
No, witches put a curse on you, your life turns to crap, and that's how it works.
That's not how it works, Kazine.
I mean, when bad witches put curses on people.
While you do have a curse of a witch on you, this honestly sounds like a spell. I have never heard of a witch who can turn someone into something like yourself.
Well, clearly this means she's not as powerful as we thought, and the spell went wrong. Kazine says with optimism.
Do you experience any urges when the full moon comes?
No others than normal?
What is normal to you, Kazine?
The urge to eat, like your basic humanoid needs. Like food,
Like?
water, sleep.
Needs further observation. He just writes something in his notebook.
Cool. Yeah. When the new moon, when the full moon comes back around, we can all show that this is just some arcane mistake, and I'm definitely not.
Question for GM. When is the full moon coming around, given we've been on the road for a while now?
Let me check out the thing what Lyle sent me. Where's my moon chart? Cool. April. So the full moon, the one that the wolves usually react to, is
The 29th. Or the
yeah.
So today's the 15th? Or 16th? Alright, so it's...
Yeah, it's 16.
And we have... How
2
many...
weeks to go.
Alright, and we have about 2 more weeks of travel anyways to reach where Brooke wants to get to. If I'm correct?
About, yeah.
Yeah, so...
You'll probably see Kazine on a full moon before we get to that time. That you part with Rook.
Speaking of Kazine, have you ever experienced anything on the full moon? Before this?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just my dad would make a big old dinner, and like my mom would go out for the evening with some of her friends, and it would, the normal.
Would she always go out on the full moon every month?
Well, yeah, it's what her friends like to do.
Moon viewing is a practice.
Kazine thumbs up.
Okay, that's true.
However, since the woman was also accused of being a werebearer, it is unusual.
It's unrelated. My mom was a fine hunter, and she really liked going out for drinks on the full moon night with her friends.
And how many times have you seen these friends around? Are these friends of the town? Or friends that stop by every month or so?
Both. It's plus, like, there's it's unrelated. It's nowhere related. as a normal human.
Rook is writing notes.
Yeah, Silas is like... Silas will look over to see if what notes Rook is writing real quick. What did he write down?
You cannot read the language.
God damn it! Is it in Celestial?
You don't know.
No, it's not! Goddamn! Alright.
I'm pretty sure you don't know the language. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What languages do you know?
Let me look real quick again. Common, Elven, Sylvan, Orc, Goblin, and Celestial.
You can read some of the notes on the previous page, but nothing that he's currently writing.
What does the notes on the previous page say?
It's more of notes of about that entire fight you guys just had, and
Right.
like all the
Right. Okay.
basically, he couldn't understand what the goblins were saying, but like, you know,
Okay. Going back.
fucking Kazine turned into a bear. And hey, that one adventurer showed up in the middle of fucking nowhere. That's inconvenient.
Okay. Bringing back to the point, out of character, did Kazine ask Rook what he was going to do with the information yet? Or no?
No, I've just been asking to make sure it's kept secret. I don't care what he does with it as long as he doesn't tell people.
Did Rook say he wouldn't tell anyone?
He agreed to keep it on the confrontational.
Or at least not reuse real names?
He just said he wouldn't discuss it with anyone other than the group.
Just curious, are you going to publish that journal, Rook?
He looks at you. No. Also, by the way, you guys are free to roll, like, sense motive on this fucker at any given time. Like, you never do, but...
Because honestly, he's like a tree. I will roll sense motive on him. It's a shitty roll, but I shall roll it.
Okay.
It is +2. 17.
He seems to be truthful about not intending to publish it.
Okay.
Because he's just going to naturally trust him.
Of course you are. Fucking golden retriever.
No.
And did you write about the conversation we had a couple nights ago?
I'm not reading the book.
Which one are you referring to?
The one about the
Uh,
school conversation.
And you just asked if he'd taken notes about that?
Yes.
He nods his head. He looks directly at you.
I don't... What was the exact wording on the why Silas set the school on fire? Did he say to Rook?
Let me check my notes to see if I wrote it down.
Because
If not, I have a recording and I'll listen to it, but...
Because he's gonna recorrect himself. Because looking back now, like, Silas isn't Thomas, so he wouldn't lie about this situation. But I don't think he lied per se.
I'm not eating his homework.
Silas said that he burned it down, not for fun, but because he was upset and for revenge.
That's about right, yeah. But he didn't say who, though.
He didn't.
Given that you're not, well, I honestly don't give a shit if you publish this part. But you can add in your journal for the reason with the school and the revenge bit I said is I need a... What the fuck was his name? Because it's been a while since I looked at Silas's...
Look at your history.
I am going to look at his history now. And I shall punch myself because I probably made it into a name I cannot pronounce easily. God, I really hope no one listens to this, because
I mean, honestly, the recordings are mostly there for me.
Okay.
Because I need them as a GM sometimes to check what I've told you guys.
Nasir's Umbrel.
I did it because Nasir Zimbrel did something that was unforgivable. And because he was far greater than me in strength and power, I thought it would be a good idea to destroy the second thing that he held dear, which was the school. So while I deeply regret what happened with you, Rook, I only regret that he wasn't in his office when the fire was happening.
Silas, what the frick?
Rook says nothing for a couple of seconds, and then just slowly nods his head.
Oh, Kazine, you're not the only one that hates magic users to an extent.
Kazine gives a confused thumbs up?
Don't think about that too hard. But do remember the name I said. Because perhaps if we get separated or something, and if you ever stumble across him...
Was he a witch too?
No.
He was an instructor at the school, but he was a wizard.
Alright, well, I'll keep the name in mind. No, that's cool.
Witches are not common in this country.
Oh, right, we're in a different country. Oh, frick. Oh yeah, that happened too.
Did you not remember we are in a different country, Kazine?
I was so preoccupied with having a good time with my new friends that I kind of forgot we were on a different country. It slipped the mind, you know. I was traveling beforehand, and now I'm just traveling again. It kind of...
Where were you from originally?
Millstone.
He means the
Millstone.
country you were from, Kazine.
It was, started with P, but frick if I can remember.
Paltine.
Palpatine, thanks. Yeah, Palpatine.
Rook writes something down in his notebook again.
Is that related to anything, or are you just writing this down because you want to remember yourself?
Werewolves
We'll see.
in Paltine? Question mark. Must study more.
You can't read his notes.
I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
the language you understand.
I'm guessing.
Werewolves in Palpatine? Nah. There's no lycanthropes in Palpatine. If there were, they'd be dead.
Alright.
As soon as they're found out.
Might be your mom. Just kidding. I didn't say that. Silas didn't say that. Dark did.
That was dark.
Yes. That was Dark. Your mom's dead because she was a werewolf.
Because
He screams, no, mommy wasn't a werebear.
Well,
where there's where? I don't.
I
see
am
bears.
happy we cleared that up, and now most of our worries have been put to rest.
Most. Oh, Rick.
Tilts head to the side.
No, you just gotta talk with Chateau and smooth things over because it might have been a bit frightening.
I do suggest graveling. That might help the situation instead of... He tries to give that Kazine smile with a thumbs up. Hey, friend. I will totally not kill you like I did with that crying goblin.
It was crying?
What you? No, I guess it's blood mixed with its tears that you didn't see.
Oh, now yeah, definitely.
Do you understand why Jato? The reason.
Yeah, a little bit more, definitely. Rick.
Question: was Jato having the conversation he had with the druid goblin in Goblin to tell him to
Yes.
surrender?
But he also mentioned in common that.
Oh right, yeah. Okay. you have no
But I
excuse
ignored
then.
that.
Yeah, you ignore that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of definitely did hear what Jato said about the surrendering part, but I also wasn't having it.
Yeah, I do suggest graveling.
Like eating gravel?
Whatever
I'm not a bird.
works for you. Hey, birds do not eat gravel, Kazine.
Yeah, they do. Grouse? Lots of birds eat gravel. It helps the digestion.
Yeah, now I'm gonna look that up. Do birds?
Kazine is saying this. Do you really think it's like worth anything?
Dark is writing if this is true.
That's just something I actually know out of game. The ruffed grouse, in particular, is found on gravel roads because it eats
Alright.
gravel in order to aid in digestion.
I have to go because I have to leave now.
Alright.
But I think we've gone over everything.
So yeah, Kazine's gonna have to talk with Jato and start graveling at his feet.
Yep. So that was a productive session. Or yes.
Productive talk.
Yes.
Be sure to add it to the RP section of the spreadsheet later.
Yep.
Alright, I'll probably take 5 and then see if he